your perspective, what led to the struggles for your team tonight?
Transition defense, pretty simple. I mean, there was a part where we started the game, it was like 10-0. So that's the game right there.
What do you feel about the effort level for your group? I know back-to-backs are challenging, but
I mean, challenging or not, that's what we get paid to do is play. We don't make the schedule, we play the schedule. So if they say it's a back-to-back, it is what it is. So just got to do better, all of us. Got to get back regardless of how we feel and everything. I know you say challenges of a back-to-back. We did do our job yesterday and find ourselves getting some rest in the fourth, so should be feeling pretty good coming into tonight.
Carl, we've talked a lot earlier this season about everyone getting to know each other and get on the same page. Did it feel different in terms of, was it still that unfamiliarity, or is it just more overall effort and energy that was lacking tonight?
You give them credit first that they hit some shots, but we also didn't make it hard enough for them to really show us that it could be their night. We made it kind of their night. We gave them some looks, transition. They got their momentum and got started to feel good because of their transition points and stuff like that. And throughout the game, they started hitting some shots because of how they felt. They felt that on transition they could get some good looks. They pushed the pace, and we didn't do a good job of recovering. Stopping the bleeding throughout the game.
How are you feeling from a shooting aspect right now? It seemed like a couple times tonight you had Trey on you that you couldn't quite finish those plays, but then you had Primo a couple of times that you were able to finish. Just in terms of your consistency and efficiency early on in the season.
I mean, I'm figuring it out. I gotta shoot better, obviously. I know I'm also figuring it out. That's a lot of the preseason. Haven't really done too much, obviously. So just figuring out. I thought that last game and this game, I feel like much better. Feel more, getting more into myself, how I feel when I'm shooting the ball. Obviously, three balls gonna start falling averages. I've had seasons where my best 3-point shooting season, I started the year shooting terrible. I remember that, and I remember talking to Devin Booker and Phoenix talking about it, and ended up having the best shooting season of my career. So I'm not worried about averages, average out. I'm not worried about all of that. It's always about the win. I'm not really worried about it. I just want to be able to hit shots to help us win. And regardless if I get 4 shots, 3 shots, 2 shots, 1 shot, 18, 20, whatever shots, I just want to be the best I can be, as efficient as I can for my team. That's the only reason I look at it.
Ant was just telling us that he puts a lot of this on him, and he's got to be better in back-to-backs, that he has not done that so far. Can you help him through that, or just is that a young player trying to figure out what to do in this league and how to answer the bell 2 nights in a row?
I mean, maybe I could do a better job of teaching him how to take care of his body, diet and everything. So that'll be on me. I know y'all think it's funny up here when he talks about Popeyes and all that shit. That doesn't make me happy to hear. We're high level athletes, so I gotta work. I got work to do. But also, it falls on me too. The old cliche, falls on you. Everyone wants to take the blame, but it's all of us. We're a team. We step out there, we say family in the huddle. So if we lose, it should be all of us taking accountability. If we win, all of us should be trying to share the glory. That's just how it's supposed to be. So I don't want Ant to think it's all on him. That's why he has brothers. That's why he has teammates. We go out there. If he's not feeling it that night, we pick up the slack. So in a way, it's our fault. We got. He's young. We've been around enough to know that teams like this, we got to put them away, and we got to do what we do best and show up. When and especially one of our brothers is not feeling it that night, we got to be able to pick up the slack.
How much have you been able to build that sort of community aspect of this group as a whole early on in the season?
I feel it's definitely at a spot that I'm happy about, especially with the circumstances. Me being sick, I'm not playing, Rudy's not playing. There's a lot of moving parts, until this season. So I think that everyone really, truly, genuinely likes each other. I think that we have a great locker room. I call it a family. I think we have a good family. There's gonna be bumps in the road though with family. I don't know if you have brothers, sisters, whatever, but you're not gonna like them every single day. That's just how it is. But at the end of the day, y'all both come to the table and y'all break bread. That's the most important thing about family. obstacles, no matter what the fight is, we all end up showing up at the table, showing love and sharing energy with each other. So I find ourselves, in times of trial and tribulation, we do lean into each other. So that's a great sign. I mean, it's 78 games left, so it's going to be many more times where we're going to be up here, even in a win, even in a loss, that we're not going to be happy with how we went out and the product we gave to the fans. So just got to be able to rely on each other.
With the transition defense, that's kind of, I think the last 2 or 3 seasons, there's been spots of the season where transition defense has been a problem and then kind of rectified. What went into that when you guys got the transition D back on point past seasons?
Just focus on getting back, I also think our transition falls on shots. Sometimes we find ourselves taking some tough shots, be included, and it leads to imbalance on our defense, which leads to transition offense for the other team. A lot of times the transition offense for our opponent starts off with us taking a bad shot and having a long rebound, and we're not running back. And even if we are, they still have an advantage already from the beginning. And teams in the NBA, especially are good at finishing on transition, especially when you have an imbalance on the court. You have 3 guys, they got 4 running, we got 3, 2 versus 1. It could be whatever. The NBA, they're the best players in the world. They're gonna most of the time finish that. We have to get back and not even give them a chance.
And last one, why has zone been your guys' best defense thus far?
I don't know. I haven't seen the numbers. I haven't seen. I could definitely say San Antonio put it to the test today. They did a lot of moving, a lot of baseline runners. Definitely had a lot of people moving pieces, and led to us having to communicate at a high level. We just got to do a better job putting pressure on those guys on the perimeter, so it's not so easy to attack our paint and have to make Rudy make decisions. So that falls on us 4 who are guarding the perimeter, and we got to put a little more ball pressure on the ball handler.
How much pride do you take in your leadership, and then also do you feel like you're underrated overall as a playmaker when it comes to opponents looking at you from that aspect?
Just for me, leadership, my style is more of a servant leadership, so I serve these guys. I want to be able to be here not only for them as basketball players, but as men, and for the guys who are rookies, I want to be able to help them transition from, in essence, being teenagers and kids to men. I want to be able to help them. I got a lot of experience in this thing called life, so I just want to be able to pass it along, and I've been blessed to find a lot of securities in life, regardless if it's financial or just in mental or just in spiritual. So just want to be there for them. That's my leadership. I don't find a lot of me and trying to be someone else. That's not my type of leadership. I know exactly who I am. I love who I am, regardless if people accept that or not. And I just want to be able to help people. It's always been my calling in life. That's what I feel God has put me on this earth to do. So I just want to do that in my leadership, regardless of basketball. So just trying to be positive and try to just do my best to uplift others and make them the best version of themselves. As a playmaker, that's for the fans to choose. I'm just keep going out there and making plays and keep, doing what I do best. Getting people open and making people better.
Karl, for you, do you think that there might be some semblance of a lack of confidence in the continuity that you guys have that's maybe leading to a lack of effort?
Nah, there's not a lack of confidence in each other. I can tell you that right now. I think we're just all trying to figure out. There's times in the game, even with me and Rudy, where we're talking, that we lack space because I'm running as fast as I can, and I'm the big man, and then he's running right behind me, and we're both now. No one's at the top of the key for the trail big man, so now I have to run back out and do that. So it just takes time, when you know right away he's gone. All right, I'm not going to run down there. Carl's already first one back. I'll stay up here and make a play from the delay action. Or Rudy's there already, and maybe I don't make that cut going to the basket, knowing that we have Rudy down there and he's already looking for the ball. He's in spots for the guard, so I don't need to, bring more attention and more bodies into the paint on offense. And defensively, I think that's where we just got to really these games are great that we get to have a lot of film to see what we are kind of our natural reactions to certain things happening on the court are. There's times where I can only speak for myself, but there's times where, I feel Rudy is off a step and I try to come to help him. They throw it to the corner, shot goes up, goes in, I contest, that's my fault. I got to stay committed to the corner. So there's things like that where, like I said, I'm only going to speak for myself up here. I'm not speaking on anyone else. There's times like that where you just have to work it out. It has to be a habit, so just every single game I'm finding something new I got to work on and something that I got to implement in my game now, especially as an exclusive forward. So just got to do what I got to do.
And sticking with the defense, there's plenty of plays where two guys are looking at each other, after a wide open shot or a layup or whatever. What do you think it's going to take to shore up some of that? Is it just communication? Is it understanding the scheme? Is it looking at film? How do you see that from your view?
Just being better. I don't think there's a real concrete answer I could give you that's like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. Just got to be better. Communicate better, react better, execute at a higher level. That just comes with all of us committing to doing this at a high level, and also just communicating more at a high level. I think that sometimes we're having a lack of communication where one person thinks we're doing a different defensive coverage than we really are, and it looks bad. It looks really bad on the court. So we just got to stay committed to us and trust what the coaches tell us is the defensive and offensive game plan, and just execute it at a high level. And I think that will fix a lot of problems.
You said exclusive four there. That was when you had your press conference after you signed your deal. You're kind of talking about, I'm going to still play a lot of five. Like, have you shifted your view a little bit?
No. I mean, I think it's kind of obvious that I'm only playing about a five for about 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I don't want to say that I'm also a five. I mean, that's kind of that's not telling you the truth. So I think that film would prove me to be a liar if I was to say, 4 and 5. I don't think that would be accurate. So, when I'm put in a position to be five, I've been doing it for years, and I'm just reawakening my role as a four since the Gorgie Jane days and Willie Cauley-Stein and Kentucky days. So, I'm just trying to do my best. When you're at the four, I get to do more. I get to help people in offense. I get to now probe. I get to really orchestrate the offense more than the way I like to, and kind of in essence be like a point forward, and I really get to like put people in position, so I'm just taking what the role gives me. I'm also just taking what the defenses give me. I'm just taking whatever it is. Maybe some nights I'm gonna have 10 points, 12 points, and I'm gonna be out there with a lot of assists, and I'm just gonna be playing hard and playing top. I want to play high level defense and high level orchestration of our offense, keeping the flow going. And there's gonna be some nights where defenses are gonna give me more, where I could get those high scoring totals. But I'm not gonna try to force anything. It's all about playing winning basketball every single night. Whatever it takes to win, that's what I'm willing to do. I'm old. I don't care what social media got to say. I just want to go out there, win the game, go home, maybe have a glass of whiskey and go to sleep. So.
Thanks, Karl.